पूरी हो गई है ये। Ready, play. White ball. शाबाश, अच्छा रहे एक जगह से, शाबाश बोल।
Assalamu alaikum and welcome from DHA Sports Club, Moin Khan Academy. It's a new week and a brand new game of Bluebird Presents DPL Season 3. Nat Solar Energy DPL Season 3 powered by Milky's Food, where Shyan Resorts are up against the Arfeen Builders. We're just into the last two matches of the league stages before we head into the semi-finals. Shyan Resorts once again bowling first, and wow, what a wicket! It's Huzaifa Rizwan who has plucked that one out of thin air, and once again it's the elder brother Numan Arfeen, unfortunately, who is going to be walking back to the dugout without even opening his account. It's not the first time we have seen that happen. Bowling first, and wow, what a wicket! In the very first match, he lost his wicket in the very first over, and even on that occasion, it was a wonderful catch taken on the offside, and even now, a fast bowler, Anas, swinging the ball away from him. Numan just couldn't help his case. He just went after that one away from his body. The ball was in the air, and have a look at that catch from Huzaifa Rizwan. First wicket gone down straight away in the first over. Once again, Numan Arfeen just getting out on a duck. It's 1 for 1, Arfeen Builders.
नुमान ये बैट दे दो उसको नुमान
आपने अच्छा मैच जीत गया
So in a must-win match, they have got a wicket in the very first over. If you talk about Shyan Resorts, their last match of the league stages hasn't really been a wonderful campaign for them so far, but a wonderful start nevertheless in this first over. Shibran Saeed comes out to bat at number 3 for Arfeen Builders. Usually it was the brothers Arfeen, Shayan Arfeen and Numan Arfeen who were opening the innings, as Shahrukh Mohsin used to come in at number 3, but they have shuffled their batting order slightly today. Experienced Shibran Saeed has come in to bat at number 3 so that he can make early inroads, and the loss that they have suffered in the very first over, they can overcome that by getting few boundaries in the first 6 overs. Anas, on the other hand, has been getting some sort of movement, especially on that delivery where he got rid of Numan Arfeen when Numan was looking to play away from his body, just couldn't keep the ball down, and you couldn't really expect Huzaifa Rizwan to take a catch like that, but he was able to do that. So brilliant from Shyan Resorts' point of view, who have just got one victory so far in this tournament and have suffered 3 defeats in their first 4 matches. So not only they need to win this one against the Arfeen Builders, but they will keep on hoping that Arfeen Builders lose on their next match as well, which will be against Strikers, so that Shayan, with a better net run rate, will be able to qualify as the 4th team for the semi-finals. We already know which other three teams are: Interior Junction, Himalaya Packages, and Striker CC, with 6 points each, are the semi-finalists of this DPL Season 3. And the next couple of matches will determine which will be the other side that will finish at number 4. Just playing too much away from the body, but it's an excellent start from Manas. Not a lot of runs, in fact just one and a wicket off it. It's all ones right now for Arfeen. They are 1 for 1 after the first over. So we're going to witness pace from both ends as Hassan Pai has taken the new ball from the other end. Hasn't really done much of the bowling, but they at least start off with both the pacers from both ends. We saw that happening in the previous match as well when Shyan Resorts was up against Himalaya Packages. And they will hope that they can flush out their game from their system, because they got really close to winning that match. Unfortunately, couldn't get over the line and they lost that match by just 2 runs. Ended up on 152, couldn't chase down 155. Shayan Arfeen on strike for the first time in this innings. Just pushes that one towards extra cover and straight away gets off the mark with his single. So this is something that you will expect a lot more from Shayan. A lot of running between the wickets and in between some boundaries, especially on the offside. Unfortunately, they have suffered in the previous 2 matches, suffering defeats in almost identical fashion. Losing the match against the opposition by just 1 run, and in the previous match losing it by just a couple of runs. So chasing is something that has been slightly not favored by Shayan Resorts, and maybe that is the reason why Arfeen Builders, after winning the toss, opted to bat first straight away, because they know that if they go on to score more than 150, they will be having chances of defending the total. But for that to happen, they'll have to bet sensibly now. Naman Arfeen has been dismissed already. Gibran, on the other hand, is someone who likes to hit a lot of boundaries early on. So if you can keep him quiet by bowling few dot deliveries against him, you just can expect him to make a blunder and lose his wicket in the process. But for that to happen, the fielders will have to make sure that they keep on supporting the bowlers. So far so good from Hassan. Hasn't earned in line and length so far. Has tried to bowl as straight as possible, and he has been able to bowl at tight line and lengths at a decent pace as well. Pretty sure we're going to witness a lot of spin once the batting power play is done in dusters, because that's how the pitch has behaved in this tournament so far. A lot of turn for all the spinners, talking about the left arm orthodox or the off spinners, even the leggies. And they've got a really good spin attack. If we talk about Shyan Resort, they've got Huzaifa Rizwan. Pretty sure Humaid Waqas will also be giving the ball early. It goes for a quick single, chance of a run out at both ends now. The wicketkeeper looks happy. Shayan was diving in the process at the striker's end. Now was he able to first gather the ball and then take the bails off, and I'm pretty sure the third umpire will be asked to stay busy right from the second over of this innings. Just get the feeling he might have made his ground in the end, Shayan, with the dive and the fact that wicketkeeper wasn't able to gather the ball cleanly. So, as expected, it was that dive that saved him in the end, and the fact that the wicketkeeper couldn't really gather the ball. And by the time he took the bails off, it was just gloves and no ball was in contact with the gloves. So, they got that quick single, but they'll have to be a little watchful because Shayan himself is an excellent fielder. Takes some really good catches, always looking to create run-out opportunities. But a really good start is from the quickie. Just a couple of singles so far. Third man still in place. Both mid-on and mid-off are up. Comes down the pitch, hits it in the air, but gets it in the gap. That is going to run away for the first boundary of this innings. We talked about that earlier in this over as well, that you can expect a lot of singles and a lot of boundaries, especially on the offside, and he's just living up to his reputation, advancing down the pitch and hitting it as hard as he could, evading that fielder at short extra cover and getting it past that fielder in the deep. So boundary to end the over. It's 7 for 1 after 2.
इंशाल्लाह बुध जुमेरात तक ना सेटअप हो जाएगा, फिर चक्कर लगाना। जगह पे 10 बाई शाबाश बाई।
Anas will keep on bowling with this new ball. Just counting the number of fielders on the offside, you can see 4 of them. Short third man, backward point, cover and extra cover in place. Hits that one really hard, but they've got protection out there in the deep at long on and long off, so Gibran will just get a single. It's been a tough campaign for Shyan Resorts, although they've got some really quality players. The captain himself, they've got Umar Taslim, who is a very handy batter at any situation. Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman, who has been providing them with decent starts at the top of the order, but unfortunately, they just haven't been able to win enough games in this tournament, and that's why they find themselves in a position where it's a must-win game for them. And even if after they go on to win this one, they will hope that Arfeen lose another one. That'll be played on Wednesday. It's really good to have 2 experienced campaigner in your squad, because whenever the captain is just feeling a little down and out, you've got the other one to support you, and that's why you see that Umar Taslim just keeps on supporting his skipper. They've now placed a fielder in the deep on the offside. You can see Humayed Waqas at deep extra cover. But they've just added Bilal from short square leg to the short cover region. Sarosh Ahmed, who is keeping the wickets tonight for Shayan Resorts. another big name if you talk about the batters that they have got, but unfortunately he has had a quiet tournament as well. A couple of them are now down the leg side by Anna, so just losing his line and length in this over. Arfeen Builders, if they go on to win this one, well, it will just end the hopes of Shyan Resorts. Full flowing drive, but still couldn't get it past Umar Taslim. Umar Taslim does realize that that is where he loves to play. That's why he himself is standing at short extra cover. He's a very gun fielder. Saw him taking 3 catches the other day against Himalaya packages. Probably for the first time in this tournament we have seen that much swing for the fast bowlers. Hassan was able to get the ball moving away from the right-handers in the previous over, and Anas has been able to do that as well. Now they got a 140 odd runs partnership against Mektam in their first match, remember, for the second wicket. We'll be hoping that they can do that again. Shy at the stumps at the non-striker's end, but he was well in, Jibran Saeed. But you can't really take on the arm of Shayan himself because he's a gun fielder, as we have been mentioning it time and time again. Got to make sure that even if you want to go for a single, make sure that the ball has been placed comfortably in the gap. The mid-on is up, long off his back, and a failure deep extra cover on the offside for Shayan. Just manages to dig that one out towards extra cover and gets another single. Does Shayan. So 3 overs are now done and dusted. They are 11 for 1.
लेफ्ट आर्म राउंड आएंगे बिटवीन
थोड़ा सा अब्दुल्ला थोड़ा फाइन आओगे अब थोड़ा अंदर हो बिलाल अंदर हो
मैं दिए ठीक है ईसा आओ 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 बिल्कुल अंपायर के साथ आ जाओ ठीक है थोड़ा सा अंदर हो अब्दुल्ला हुजैफा बिलाल सही हो
Spin for the first time in this innings. Humaid Waqas replacing Hassan Pai.
बहुत अच्छे ये नहीं है बिलाल रान यार
Talk about matchups. I think it's a good decision this from the skipper himself because they've got 2 right-handers at the crease. So probably it's the best time to introduce someone like Umaid Waqas, the left-arm spinner, because still early stages in this innings and they haven't really gotten that settled on the pitch. So if he can get the ball to turn, you can expect another wicket going down for Arfeen. And he gets another one. Just when we were mentioning that the left-arm spinners will be more effective right now at this stage in the innings for Shyan Resorts, Umaid Waqas gets his first in his very first over. Not that short in length, but he was just looking to stay on the back foot. Jibran Saeed looking to pull the ball on the leg side. The ball might have just stayed low and got underneath the bat and hit the leg stump in the process. 2 wickets have gone down very early in this innings for Arfeen Builders. Not a start that they wanted, but now they've lost 2. They're 12 for 2.
साहब के लेवल का हो गया बता दो जब तुम साहब के लेवल पे हो
ऑलरेडी पूरे हैं ना
कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है यकीन मान निकल रहा है बॉल यार भाई इधर हो गया
So 12 for 2, and in walks the big man, Abdul Basit Zaki, fresh from a wonderful century that he got the other day against Interior Junction. Even after scoring 126, they just went on to win that game by 1 run. Now we all know that he's a powerful striker, especially against the spin when he looks to go down the ground. That's why, although the mid-off is up, but the long on and deep mid-wicket is back. And that looks close. This looks close and given. 2 in the over now for Umaid Waqas. So Abdul Basit Zaki with a century in the previous match could just last couple of deliveries in this match tonight. Playing across the line, just looking to work the ball away on the leg side to a delivery that didn't turn a great deal and just went on with the angle and hitting the front pads is exactly what the umpire wanted. He raised his finger straight away and a big wicket now has gone down for Arfeen Builders. 2 in the over for Umaid Waqas. They are 12 for 3 now.
बहुत अच्छे
लेफ्ट है ना चेक करके बॉल चेक करके छापा मैच सिंगल दे रहे हैं सारे हाँ अब्दुल्ला यहाँ वाले सिंगल दे रहे हैं सारे बस बस
शाहरुख ओवर द विकेट आएंगे 2 बॉलें बाकी
फाइन आ जा यहाँ से सही था वैसे उम्मीद यहीं से चला यहीं सही है मार अच्छा शॉट खेलेगा खेलने दे
So 2 in the over for Humaid Waqas, and in walks Shahrukh Mohsin at number 5. He's been batting in different positions for Arfeen Builders in this tournament. We were just talking about their first match where he batted at number 3 and was involved in that big partnership alongside Shayan. Plays that one in the air but gets that one in the gap. Won't run away for Foco. It's the captain who is after it. A slide and a stop. But Shahrukh gets off the mark with a single. .70 odd is what he got against Mektam Pharma, and they'll be needing a similar performance from both these batters tonight as well, especially after losing 3 wickets very early. The captain Numan Arfeen, Jibran Saeed and the big man Abdul Basit Zaki all back in the dugout. Now if Shayan, the captain of Shyan Resorts, is smart enough, I'm pretty sure he's going to look to introduce someone like Huzaifar Rizwan from the other end as well. Because they've got a left-hander in. So left-hand, right-hand combination, you've got to make sure that you bring an off-spinner too. Brilliant over nevertheless comes to an end from the youngster Humaid Waqas. 2 wickets in it. It's 14 for 3 after 4.
राइट ही खेलेंगे बॉय बाबा उज़ैफा
उमर आजा कवर कर
चील उड़ी
एक कवर बाहर जा रहा है और एक लॉन्ग ऑन जा रहा है एक लॉन्ग ऑफ जा रहा है शानी
मैं अंदर आ जाओ
उमर उम्मीद आ रहा है उम्मीद अंदर आ रहा है देख लो.
Seems like Shayan is listening to us. Just when we mentioned about bringing another spinner, especially the off spinner, since they've got a left-hander in, we are now going to witness Huzaifar Rizwan, who had a very decent outing in the previous match against Himalaya Packages. Got 4 in that game, 3 in 1 over. But unfortunately, that wasn't enough because his team, his batters, just let him down in the end. But this is a really ideal situation for Shyan Resorts. And right now, all they need to think about is the fact that you can't really think about bowling full 20 overs. Just go for a kill and take as many wickets as possible. Do not really allow the opposition to bat full 20 overs. Because if they do, and if they go on to score 150 or beyond, we have seen Shyan Resorts being slightly vulnerable, chasing down targets. All the fielders are pumped up, making some changes in the field, bringing in some more fielders close to the bat on the offside. Umar Taslim himself is now standing what you won't really call a first step, but almost in the gully position. Coming around the wicket, Huzaifar Rizwan. Surprisingly, we haven't really seen the ball turning a great deal on this pitch tonight. It doesn't really look like a pitch where there's going to be a lot of purchase or break available for the spinners. Humaid didn't turn a lot in the previous over. Up till now, in these first couple of balls, the ball has just held on to its line.
Wait kar, set hone de. Umaid, quick yaar.
Big responsibility now on the shoulders of Shayan. Not only he have to keep the scoreboard moving, but in doing that, he'll have to ensure that he doesn't really lose his wicket. Excellent stop once again from Humaid Waqas. Not only he's a good bowler, but he's a gun fielder with a really good arm.
Anas
better. Just keep bowling those dot balls. Just keep on building that pressure.
यहाँ से सिंगल नहीं देना लड़कों.
Pretty sure Shayan will be looking to step outside the crease and lift the ball over extra cover.
ये नहीं है.
Stays on the back foot and a misfield by Umaid Waqas. Might have got his hand to it as he took all the pace off. Umar Taslim chasing that one, but a couple taken by Shayan.
बहुत अच्छे. शाबाश उमेद, अगर रोक लेता तो बहुत अच्छा हो जाता. शाबाश.
Testing times for Arfeen Builders. They know that the opposition just don't want to do anything else apart from winning this game, so they're gonna come out all guns blazing. Hits it in the air and gets it in the gap. This is where he loves to hit them, Shayan. Huzaifar Rizwan just pitching it up, hoping that the ball will turn and go underneath the bat, but that couldn't really happen. Planting his front leg forwards and playing it slightly in the air, but in the gap as well. Good way to end the over this. 5 overs are now done. It's 22 for 3.
उमर बॉल दे दे. उमर बॉल दे दे वहाँ पे.
अंपायर को बॉल दे दो. बॉल उधर.
5 ओवर 31 मिनट.
आजाओ 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 ज़ैफा. ऐसा बाहर ही, थोड़ा बाहर ही रहे. बाहर ही हो जा मेरा.
शाहरुख राइट आर्म राउंड है.
हाँ सही है.
बस लड़कों, यहाँ से सिंगल नहीं है यार. शाबाश. हाँ अब्दुल्ला, ये कवर करने.
You're just counting the number of spinners they've got. That's one more option on your screen. Isa bin Musa, who can bowl some leg spinners. Now, Umaid Waqas has been taken off the attack, and the captain himself has come on to bowl. I'm pretty sure he must have taken this decision so that they can introduce Umaid Waqas from the other end, from where Huzaifar was bowling the previous over, because he was a touch expensive in that. He will look to dry out runs against the left-hander from this end, and then Umaid Waqas continuing that pressure from the other. Slightly short, but they've got a lot of fielders on the offside. They've done their homework against the left-hander. They know that Shahrukh is very strong on the offside. That's why you could see two fielders behind square, very close to each other. This will allow them to come back for an easy couple. Not to make sure that you keep on that pressure that they have been able to build up till now. One thing is certain, that the batting team will not look to hit a lot of boundaries in these last 3 deliveries that are remaining in the power play. Just going to look to survive and wait for the fielders to go deep after this over so that they can pick up those gaps and pick up those singles. Lighting it up and nicely driven. It was up edge, but it was in the gap as well from Shahrukh Mohsin. He looks a really stylish player when he's driving on the offside, and he gets his first boundary of the innings. Shayan just floating that one up, giving it a little more air, hoping that he might be able to induce an outside edge, but it was struck out of the middle of the blade by Shahrukh.
अब्दुल्ला रेडी रहे यहाँ से.
Slightly quicker. And he somehow manages to get it in the gap. The outfield has been slightly quicker as compared to the previous couple of matches here at this venue. Muzaffar is Vidhan gets there first as Shahrukh gets another couple. So 4 and a couple to end the over as the batting power play is done and dusted. Arfeen Builders are now 30 for the loss of 3 wickets.
About Zephyr.
ईसा चेंज कर राजा बॉलिंग करो बिलाल पीछे स्क्वायर लेग
ईसा आपको ये लेने
कट लेगा ना स्टार्ट में एक फाइन चाहिए वैसा फाइन लेग से आओगे अनंत भाई वहां से सर्कल नहीं चाहिए हो रन नहीं चाहिए शाबाश
ईसा आ जाए वेट हो रहे हैं ईसा
अब्दुल्ला नो रन अब्दुल्ला वेट कर ईसा वेट
आदमी दिखा है वो
वाइट बॉल
लेफ्टी को यहाँ से
बॉल ले ईसा बॉल
So all of us were expecting Ahmed Waqas to continue from this end, but that hasn't really happened as Isa bin Musa, the new bowler, has been given the chance to bowl after the power play straight away. Maybe they are waiting for the time when the two right-handers will be at the crease, is when we are going to witness Ahmed Waqas continuing his bowling attack.
आजा ईसा खुदा बॉलिंग बॉलिंग
Running
उमर
the first one hard, the shot is for 2. Isa bin Musa is after it himself, and since he's not that quick as compared to the other fielders, Shahrukh will get another easy couple. Now this is a stage where obviously Arfeen Builders will look to build a partnership, and even if they consume like 7 or 8 more overs while scoring 40 or 50 more runs, it won't really matter to them a lot because they know that someone or the other will come in late to utilize the last 3 or 4 overs, and Shyan Resorts can't really afford to let that happen.
बहुत अच्छे बिलाल
Excellent effort there from Bilal, but the ball still evaded him, which allowed Shahrukh to get another single. His strike rate has been much better as compared to his partner, but you can argue that he has got much more opportunities to bat. I mean, he's been on strike for a lot of deliveries in this partnership. But more comfortably he's going to look, the more relaxed is what Shayan will be, knowing the fact that he's getting runs from the other end as well. A very strong player off the back foot, especially on the offside. Shayan Arfeen. Just lost one match up till now, Arfeen Builders. Even in that game, which went down to the wire till the last ball, it Mustala Malik, who was able to hit the last ball for a 6 when they were up against Himalaya packages. Now it's a direct hit at the striker's end, but the umpire is absolutely not interested in referring that one upstairs because he knew that Shayan Arfeen made his ground comfortably over there. So last few overs, we have been, in fact, we talk about the last couple of overs, they have been able to get those runs. And stitching a partnership now for the 4th wicket. Went for the wide swing on the leg side. Now, this is something that we don't really see a lot often from Shayan Arfeen, as he usually prefers hitting them over extra cover as compared to over mid wicket. A dot to end the over, 7 done, it's 37 for 3.
यहाँ से खुद भागियो, स्लो में यहाँ से खुद भागियो. हाँ, ट्राई करनी है, तेरा ही एंड है वाला सारा.
So Shayan himself just bowling 1 over, and now he's being replaced by Huzaifar Rizwan.
बहुत अच्छे शानी.
He has looked more comfortable as compared to the other batters. If you talk about Shahrukh Mohsin, hasn't really been beaten outside the off stump or on the leg side.
सन वहाँ से तेरों पे तेरा बैकअप है, आगे आ जाएगा और ऑटोमेटिकली बॉल दूर जाए.
They had a big setback when the captain himself and then obviously Abdul Basit Zaki were dismissed very early, but now things are just settling down for the batting team.
शानी.
Shayan, on the other hand, will just keep on doing that, milking those singles on the offside to anything that is slightly short and outside the off stump. I won't really mind another fielder on the offside to just block those singles.
ये रोकेगा हसन. हसन.
Good effort
बहुत अच्छे
from
यार.
Hassan. Two really good fielders patrolling the offside for Huzaifar Rizwan, the captain himself at extra cover, and Hassan Pai at backward point. We're talking about that partnership both these batters were able to get against Mektam Farmer, 140 odd for the 2nd wicket. Both of them were able to score 70 odd runs, and that too with a very decent strike rate.
आसान चेक करना आपने आसान.
Oh, that was a little risky. It was slightly round armish this from Huzaifar Rizwan, and the ball was much closer to his body and the stumps when he was just looking to dab it towards short third. Any other day that would have taken the outside edge or the ball would have crashed onto the off stump. Shahrukh just should consider himself a little lucky. Another fumble. Not the first time the ball has gone out of his reach, Anas. It happened earlier when he was standing at short extra cover, and now at backward point the ball just bursting through his hands as Shahrukh gets another couple towards the end of the over. It's 41 for 3 after 8.
लेट हो रहे हैं ओवर्स
तू करा बॉल तू नहीं करी हो मेरी कीपिंग में तू नहीं बहुत तेज मार
उमर सीधा आ जा बैठ जाओ सीधा आओ
शाबा बॉयज शाबा मैं दे
साफ करा था उसको बस
चलो चलो शाबाश कोई नहीं
हसन थोड़ा बाहर बस
बाहर हो जाए बाहर हो जाए यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं बाहर हो जा हो जाओ चलो ईसा यहाँ से हाँ
So Shayan
Bilal.
realizing that he needs more wickets. Umaid Waqas is back from the other end.
ले लो
बहुत अच्छे अहमद भाई यहीं से फाइन घूम दो ईसा पीछे से आ जा
The thinking captain, he hasn't really allowed
पैसा
the batters to get settled against any of the bowlers. That's why he's regularly making those bowling changes.
आसान तेज रहना आसान
Back over the wicket to Shahrukh Mohsin.
माने उबैद इजी हाथ में रखो
He's striking the ball really well, Shahrukh. That went really quickly to Sheikh Ubaid at long off. Umaid Waqas, on the other hand, won't really mind Shahrukh getting singles so that Shayan Arfeen will be on strike because he will prefer bowling to a right-hander against a left-hander.
यहाँ से सिंगल नहीं हाँ
Shayan himself keeping in the slip cordon. Hits that one up in the air, but gets that one slightly in the gap, wider of Umar Taslim at long off. So Umaid Waqas is still flighting the ball up, giving the luxury to Shayan Arfeen that he can go over extra cover all long off if he can. Just looking to buy that wicket. He looks in a very decent touch tonight, Shahrukh Mohsin. Even when he's just looking to time the ball to pick up singles deep on the onside or on the offside, he has looked much more in control, much more balanced.
एक ये वाला दे दो एक ये वाला ले लो शाबाश
भैया चांस ले रहे हैं शाबाश ओए उजाफा ये रन नहीं है
He's trying to be a little delicate, but they have set the field accordingly for that stroke.
पापा उजाफा अगेन है हाँ रेडी रे कहानी कैच है बॉल ले लो यार क्या था ना चलो इजी रहो
Got to be a little more disciplined, even when you're looking to stop those singles. Thrice we have seen that happening in the inner circle. Another over comes to an end. It's 46 for 3 after 8-9.
उजाफा शाबाश
शाहरुख
यार यहाँ से देख शानी, यहाँ से देख, यहाँ से आजा अब्दुल्ला। बस थोड़ा सर्कल से बस। वाह बस। आजा आजा अब्दुल्ला, हो जा जल्दी जल्दी जा ना। बस चलो, ये यहाँ से निकल रहे हैं। हाँ
Slowly and steadily, this partnership is just flourishing now for Arfeen Builders.
बॉल दो।
They've added 34 now for the 4th wicket, repeating the heroics that they were able to achieve against Mectum Pharma last week.
ये नहीं है, नहीं
Slight mix-up, but still, they were able to get back at their respective ends. Still in a very decent position, the bowling team, because they haven't really allowed Arfeen Builders to even score runs at a run a ball.
ये नहीं है उमैद, बहुत है उमैद, लाओ उमैद, बहुत अच्छे उमैद, बहुत अच्छे, शाबाश, करो चलो।
Haven't really given a lot of boundary balls either. But even then, I just get the fielding efforts need to be a little more better. 3 times we have seen the ball just going past the fielders inside the inner ring, and a couple of runs have been gifted. Powerfully struck, but still, it's going to go straight to the fielder in the deep.
देखो लेफ्टी है बॉस, लेफ्टी है।
Well, a left-hander now on strike, so an extra fielder will be placed on the offside behind square. Just need to get one more wicket to get into the middle or the lower order of Arfeen Builders, and if they can manage to do that in the next couple of overs, I think they are going to be really within a chance of restricting them to a very low score here tonight. Slightly uppish, but still went to the fielder after bouncing once. Good over so far from Huzaifa. Not a lot of runs, in fact just a single of the first 5 balls. Went for that big booming drive, but missed that one somehow. A lovely delivery to end the over. Just a run coming off that over. 10 overs are now done. Arfeen Builders are struggling slightly. They're 47 for 3.
ये आप दोनों का है, यहाँ से रन नहीं है। शाबाश, सही है, चलने दे, वहाँ पे कट है, मुश्किल है। कैच ले ले उमर।
Now that has gone up in the air. It's an opportunity. Umar Taslim usually takes those catches, and he takes another one. That's the wicket they were after. Both these batters were able to construct a big partnership, but they haven't let that happen as Isa bin Musa gets his first. And Shayan Arfeen will be making a slow walk back to the dugout. Looking to play with the turn, looking to play on the offside, but couldn't get it square enough. Umar Taslim was wider at long off reach, and then he took that one comfortably. So 4 wickets have now gone down for Arfeen Builders. They are in a big trouble. They are 47 for 4.
ये चाहता हूँ मैं कहता हूँ कि वाटर कर देंगे, टाइम बच जाएगा, इसलिए मैं थोड़ा डिले 10 ओवर में ज़्यादा कोई चाह रहा होगा कि 10 ओवर मैंने क्यों ज़बरदस्ती करवाया, मैंने शायद चार्ज किया था मैंने।
शायन अनस भाई को थोड़ा फाइन कर देना।
हमारे वाले इतनी आवाज़ लगा देंगे बैट्समैन को भी पता चल जाएगा, यहाँ मैंने देख लिया।
शाहरुख आप लेने गए थे इनको घर से, ये आप घर से लेने गए थे इनको, मतलब मनाने गए थे कि नाराज़ हुए हैं, तुम भी पहुँच गए वहाँ। ओके दोनों लेफ्ट इधर आ गए एक साथ, मैं यूं ना खड़ा हो जाऊं कैसा, मैं विकेट के सामने
की तरफ
बोलता, मुझे तो साइड में लगेगा।
2 कदम और हो जा।
So 2 left-handers now at the crease for Arfeen Builders. Ali Parvez Chawla walks in at number 6.
Next jump covering.
Fine leg, very fine, and a fielder at first slip. Very deep. And he bowls a quicker one. They were expecting Muzaffar Rizwan or Humaid Waqas to provide them with the breakthrough, but it was Isa bin Musa who was able to get that big wicket of Shayan Arfeen. Not looking to give a little more air to the left-hander. He's just darting them quickly. Isa bin Musa. Gets off the mark with a single. Ali Parvez.
एक्सीलेंट यार, क्या बात है, सेम फील्ड है, लेफ्टी है, सेम रहेगा।
Now the onus will be on Shahrukh Mohsin to keep the scoreboard moving for Arfeen Builders. Short and wide. That's not a fielder that's going a bit deep, a bit of a misfield though. That will allow Shahrukh to come back for a couple. So 50 up for Arfeen Builders. Not before they have lost 4 wickets in the process. And they are into the 11th over now of the innings. So it's been a slow going so far for the batting team. Not the way they would have wanted when they won the toss and opted to bat first. Really good over this from the leg spinner. It's 50 for 4 after 11.
Excellent over, boy.
बस लेफ्टी खेलेंगे दोनों ना, सेम फील्ड रहेगी, शाबाश शान भाई रेडी रहना यहाँ से ठीक है शान
बल्कि है सही है आप बाजू से
बॉयज यहाँ से रन नहीं देने शाबाश सर्कल से हाँ तकड़े रहने
उसके बाद हाथ सेट हो तो आप
ईसा उधर घूम जा चल बस 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 बस
हसन कैच आएगा
अब्दुल्ला बस चलो
कैच
चलो
आएगा
बस शाबाश शाबाश वन है एक होगा यहाँ से ठीक है
So two left-handers at the crease, and now Huzaifa Rizwan will be operating.
ये नहीं है यार ईसा यार पहले ही बोला था यहाँ से रन नहीं ना उन्हें देना यार
Haven't really seen a big partnership at any stage in this innings. Just one between Shahrukh Mohsin and Shayan Arfeen,
आसान
but
तैयार रहना
Shayan
आसान
is now dismissed.
तैयार रहना
Must be eyeing at least 130 or 140 from here on to make a match out of this one.
मनोज भाई रन
Even
नहीं
for
है
that to happen, they'll have to make sure that they score at 10 and over from here on.
रहता है जो कदम ऊपर है ना
Can expect Ali Parvez Chawla to take some risks
चलो
from
तू
here
पीछे हो
on
जा
because
ये दोनों आगे हो गए शाबाश
he's a big striker if you talk about in this partnership. If you compare these two batters, because Shahrukh usually prefers placing the ball in the gaps.
ओए यार उबैद उबैद इजी ओके
Quite a lot of chirping going around the batters.
बैकअप पे सीधे नहीं आना है
Probably the first time he has erred in line and length was ever Rizwan.
बस एक है यहाँ से एक होगा टेंशन नहीं
He's
है
looked good whenever he has looked to stroke ones on the offside, Shahrukh. But boundaries have dried up if you talk about the last 2 or 3 overs for the batting team.
सान रेडी रहो सान
Ball just staying low. Taking a look at that pitch, Ali Parvez. As he was getting himself into that position where he could just force that ball on the offside, but the lack of bounce didn't allow him.
इसी एंड यहीं से चलाने शाबाश ये एक होगा सान रेडी रहने का था बहुत अच्छे
There's no one at fine legs, so you got to make sure that you don't really bowl straight enough or on the leg stump channel. Should be lucky that he got away with that. Huzaifa Rizwan. It's 56 for 4 after 12.
शाबाश आनी
ग्रीन कट पे आ जाओ यार
हाँ आते हुए भी लग रहा था ऊपर शाबाश बॉयज यार हुज़ैफा ये 2 रन रोकने यहाँ से हाँ एक ही उन्हें देना
बस फिलहाल थोड़ा सा अंदर रन पे सही हो फिलहाल आसान गेट पे आओ
इसे इस पे जगह पे रही हुई सही है तेज आएगा बॉल
So the off spinners operating from both ends now. It's the captain Shayan who has brought himself into the bowling attack, and somehow they're going to get a boundary. Arfeen Builders, not where he intended. Ali Parvez but he got the room and he got that length, but he just opened up his shoulders, got a thick edge, and third man was pretty square. The outfield has quickened up if you compare to how it was behaving in these first few matches during the league stages. No full toss. Not going to carry to long on or long off. Umar Taslim will get there first. He's a natural stroke player, so you can get opportunities to get him out. Shahrukh, on the other hand, is much more composed, much more relaxed, and he knows his job is to just stay out there and occupy the crease instead of just attempting those big shots, which are not really required at this stage.
आखिरी तीन भी अच्छी कर ले आज शाबाश शानी
Once again getting a thick edge, but he gets that one in the gap. Bilal is after it from backward point. Shahrukh will get another couple on the offside. Had a quiet tournament so far. Shayan Mateen, the skipper of Shyan Resorts, hasn't really been able to get a big score for himself while batting, and we haven't really seen him amongst wickets in the previous matches either. Once again going for a quick single. The throw is although at the non-striker's end, but Shahrukh will make his way back. Been a decent over this for the batting team, courtesy of that boundary which Ali Parvez was able to hit. And he gets another full toss, and he gets that one in the gap. Umar Taslim does a really good job with his right hand. Almost overran it while running to his left, but he still ensured that he doesn't really allow the ball to go towards the boundary ropes. Couple to end the over. A decent one comes to an end for the batting team. After 13, they are 66 for 4.
बाबा बॉयज क्या हो गया सारे खामोश हैं यार आला आला गुड बॉल मान यार अब्दुल्ला हो गया नमान शाबाश यार शाबाश
राउंड आएंगे शाहरुख
इधर आओ थोड़ा आसन अब्दुल्ला अब्दुल्ला
Quite a lot of spin options still available for Shyan Resorts. Umar Taslim now bowling for the first time in this innings. Hasn't really been in any sort of trouble while looking to drive the ball on the outside, but it's not the first time we have seen the fielders committing an error. The ball might have made contact with the batter at the striker's end, and that's why they did not go for the overthrow on that occasion. We might see more and more off spinners operating, especially with the two left-handers at the crease for Arfeen Builders. That shot is always on when you don't have a fielder at fine leg. Three fielders are trying to converge, one from backward square leg, one from short third man, as well as the keeper. And that will allow the batters to complete those 3 runs. can say that it was a risky stroke when you're looking to just paddle the ball, which has been pitched outside the off stump while looking to play across the line. But Shahrukh now has spent enough time at the crease that he knows the nature of the pitch, trusts the bounce now. This might be given as a wide, but it turned sharply after it pitched outside the off stump. Umar Taslim doesn't like that decision, but you could easily see that the ball was going further away from the left-hander, and he didn't really shuffle across the crease as well, so you can't really blame the batter, but just the pitch or the ball. Looking at the way it turned. He has been more watchful. Now Shahrukh Mohsin is pointing something to the umpire. I'm pretty sure he's got a word or two to share. Maybe he thinks that Umar Taslim might have overstepped. That's what umpires are just trying to explain him.
हो जाता है कॉल नहीं की थी
हाँ वो बैक फुट पे होता है शाहरुख फ्रंट फुट तो कितना आ गया सिर्फ फ्रंट फुट का जो ना पॉपिंग का होता है
Last couple of overs have been decent if you talk about the runs that they have been able to get. Now that has gone up, it's gone flat. Chance for the captain, and he puts it down. You don't really expect Shayan Mateen to drop those. It was a wonderful opportunity for Shyan Resorts to further strengthen their grip on this match. Had Shahrukh Mohsin been holed out in the deep, but unfortunately Shayan Mateen is not having a decent time in this tournament. We talk about the other two departments of the game, the batting as well as the bowling, which really hasn't gone in his favour, and now a chance that he usually takes, he spilled one, and he's still disappointed. He's still thinking about that drop catch. Ali Parvez, well, he wanted the second one, but his partner wasn't interested whatsoever. He was not even looking at his partner at the non-strikers and Shahrukh. Although if they had pushed hard, they could have easily come back for a couple. So life given in the over to Shahrukh. 14 overs are now done. They are 75 for 4.
Quick. आजा साथ आजा
जल्दी करेंगे गाइस जल्दी करेंगे Hey guys, stand up. जल्दी करे यार शयान हरी अप गाइस 74 मिनट्स हो गए हाँ जिसको जो भी है क्विक 74 मिनट्स में सिर्फ 14 ओवर में हुआ क्या है
स्पिनर ने करे होंडा चौक के छक्के भी नहीं
हुआ क्या है मुझे कुछ कर कोई समझ नहीं आ रही यार
चौक के छक्के
मैंने पता 6 ओवर के बस टाइम देखा ना बॉल भी गिरी नो बॉल भी नहीं खोया आ जाए बैठ आ जाओ
हसन पीछे जाओ हसन पीछे जाओ
अब उम्मीद
फाइन आउट
थोड़ा वाइड रहना फाइन में
यहीं से कर
शानी शानी उस वाले को घुमाना इस तरफ थोड़ा सा हाँ बाहर कर दे उसको भाई
So although there are two left-handers at the crease, but they have decided to bring Umaid Waqas back in the bowling attack.
बहुत अच्छे
Maybe they are inviting the two left-handers to go big against him and lose their wickets in the process, but they got really close of getting rid of Shahrukh Mohsin in the previous over when Umar Taslim bowled one outside the off stump and Shahrukh was looking to go downtown, but the skipper couldn't really grab that opportunity. He got beaten all ends up because there was an inside edge that he got, but still was able to get that single towards short fine. Pretty sure Shahrukh will still look to wait for the last 2 or 3 overs, and Ali Parvez will be looking to go harder against Umaid Waqas.
उज़ैफा एक हो गया उज़ैफा बहुत अच्छे उज़ैफा मेरे को दे मेरे को
He's got 2 in the over. He got 2 in the over. Umaid Waqas when he got rid of Jibran Saeed and Abdul Basit Zaki within a span of 3 deliveries. A lot of easy singles have been given by the fielders surrounding the batters inside the inner ring. Shayan, Arfeen, Shayan, Mateen and Shyan Resorts need to realize that chasing hasn't been their A game, the stronger pursuit.
शाबाश शाबाश चेक गुड चेक
But even today they will be chasing down the target, so it's up to them to keep it as low as possible. Goes for the big shot, but he has not connected that one comfortably. It's an opportunity for the fielder and he doesn't get there close enough. It was Numan Chawla who was running in from deep mid-wicket. I think he must have called for the catch. That's why Umar Taslim, who was running in from long on, just halted his attempt.
Once again, huh? Numan, chalo ready ho Numan.
Last ball.
Oye, Shani रोक ले.
Just checked his shot in the end. Shy at the stumps, but once again Shahrukh Mohsin gets there first. Another over that comes to an end. It's 82 for 4 after 15 overs.
आजा उमर
क्या नाम है इसका मैं दिख रहा हूँ थोड़ा सही है इधर हो थोड़ा
Into his second over now, Umar Taslim. He'll be hoping that he can get a wicket now. Decent partnership building between the two left-handers.
ready.
30 odd runs have been scored by these two for the 5th wicket. Went for the big sweep. Now he has taken the stumps off. He looks very confident, the wicket-keeper behind the stumps. But did Shahrukh Mohsin dragged his back foot? The umpires are not that keen of making a decision from themselves. That's why they have referred the decision upstairs. So third umpire will have to make sure that he gives the right decision right now, because it's a very important passage of play and we are talking about Shahrukh Mohsin. He definitely went outside the crease while attempting that big stroke on the leg side, got beaten by the bounce and turn. Then we saw Sarosh Ahmed taking the bails off. Now his toes are grounded, but are they outside the popping crease? His bat is still in the air, so there is no question about the bat.
चलो बॉयज
अंदर तो आया ही नहीं है यार पहले
चलो कोई नहीं चारों भाई तो बात के अंदर नहीं आए थे यार बात आने के बाद के अंदर नहीं आए थे
It was very marginal, and that's why the benefit of the doubt went in the favor of the batter. So Shahrukh Mohsin still survives. It's turning out to be a lucky night for him. A chance that has been put down, that too by the captain, and now a stumping call that was very close. But some part of his toes were on the line or slightly behind it. That's why it was judged as not out by the third umpire. But twice in 2 overs, Umar Taslim got really close of getting Shahrukh Mohsin out. And for the reverse sweep, couldn't really middle that one because took all the pace off Umar Taslim, and he bowled it much straighter. Had it been a little quicker and outside the off stump, so could have placed that one in the gap, but that couldn't happen now. I just get the feeling Humaid Waqas, while looking to stop that ball, might have done something to himself. He's limping, he's not looking confident or comfortable. He's going off the field. Hits it in the air and flat and over. Powerfully struck this from Ali Parvez. This partnership is turning out to be a very valuable one for Arfeen Builders. It was full, it was straight, and have a look at how hard he hit that. First 6 of the innings. Once again took all the pace off, but kept it outside the off stump. Seems like he wants Ali to try and play a big shot. He goes again, this time towards mid-wicket. It's up in the end. It's over Bilal at mid-wicket. 2 sixes, 2 big hits in the over from the left-hander. And Umar Taslim will be slightly disappointed with the result that he has achieved. 1 over long off and 1 over deep mid-wicket. And that just brings them to a very decent position now. And 96 for 4 rather, after 16 overs.
कौन है बॉलर
भाई साहब बॉयज ऑन बॉयज 4 रह गए शाबाश यार हिम्मत कर लो शाबाश बॉयज
पेनल्टी भी लगी है मतलब पहले मैच से सबको 100 रन मिला 98 मिला 97 मिनट्स में बॉल 3 मिनट ये इसने जाया कर दी इधर आई
So the last over was a big one from the batting team's point of view, as Ali Parvez was able to clear the fence a couple of occasions against Umar Taslim. 23 more balls to go for the batting team, and you can expect them to reach 140 at least from here on. It's a pretty handy partnership now. Playing a very handy knock, Ali Parvez Chawla. He's just waiting for the bad deliveries to come, and then to good deliveries, he has just looked to pick up singles or twos, just like on that occasion, with another fumble in the deep, and this time by Umar Taslim.
ईसा यहाँ से कॉल कर दिया अगर ग्राउंड शॉट हो ना, कॉल कर दिया अगर फील्डर को शाबाश.
There is confusion out there. There is an opportunity at the non-striker's end, but the direct hit was the need of the hour for Shyan Resorts.
Good ball, good ball.
Saad Abdullah was the one at short third. He did the right thing by getting to the ball and firing in that throw, but all he needed to do was to hit the stumps directly. Hits that one flat, hits that one hard, and gets that one in the gap, does Ali Parvez. What a gem of a knock he's playing for his team tonight. 100 also comes up for Arfeen Builders, playing it with the turn, clearing his front leg, and evading that field a deep on the onside, a deep square leg. Finally, they have decided to put the feet on the accelerator.
चलो
Quicker,
बहुत अच्छे
uppish,
सादिया
doesn't really carry.
लाला बॉल दे बहुत अच्छे सादी
But he did the right thing and he did an excellent job to make sure that he doesn't allow the ball to go out of his reach and reach the fence.
लास्ट बॉल 7 है इसमें 7 है
भाई साहब
Oh, it's a full toss. It's a gift.
एक होगा ये
तेज आओ
बॉल पे को
Couldn't
नुमान
really time it. Ali Parvez looking very eagerly towards the umpire at square leg, but it has been termed as a legal delivery. 17 are now done. It's 104. In fact, yeah, it's 104 for 4.
शाबाश नोमी क्या बात है सादी एक्सीलेंट है बॉयज 3 है शाबाश बॉयज कड़क रहना आसान ए आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे शाबाश
राइट ऑफ बाउंड है
नहीं फाइन है ना थोड़ा सा
ईसा को बाहर बाहर ईसा बाहर
थोड़ा सा बस सही है
ये बहुत क्लोज कर रहे हैं यहाँ से बाहर कर यार
सही है सही है नुमान अंदर हो दूल्हा बाहर हो और बस नुमान बस
57 runs have been added by Ali Parvez and Shahrukh Mohsin. And just when we were about to mention how well they have batted in these last 5 or 6 overs, the captain Shayan gets a big wicket. Ali Parvez, who batted beautifully up till now, decided to go towards the leg side to a delivery that was pitching on roundabout off stump and turning away from him. And the ball just taking an inside edge and hitting the top of off. So finally a wicket for Shyan Resorts. Ali Parvez has done his part. He's walking back to the dugout. It is 104 for 5.
फिलहाल पीछे से आ जा
कैसे याद रखते हैं
अब साथ कट पे आ
कैच छोड़ा कितना था वो अच्छा साबित हो
मिडिल थोड़ा सा बाहर हो गया ये ले गए
शाबाश आदि
अनास दो पे आओ ईसा भाई अंदर हो
So 104 for 5. It's still 17 balls left
ईसा आगे का
in this innings.
ठीक है पीछे ये लोग
Anas
पाएंगे,
Tariq
तो
walks
आगे
in
से
at number
सिंगल
7.
राइट आर्म ओवर आएंगे आपको
Shayan, who's just got his
पकड़ना।
first
रेडी
wicket,
रहना हाँ
and a big one of Ali Parvez Chawla, who was looking in a very dangerous mood tonight. He had already got a couple of sixes and a boundary in these last 2 or 3 overs. There's a short one. Now it's an opportunity for another wicket. Might get 2 in 2 as Umar Taslim takes a good catch at long gone. Anas Tariq just couldn't resist on a delivery that was short. It was outside the off stump. He was looking to flat bat one over long gone. Could have easily targeted any other region over extra cover, over long gone, but he decided to swing his bat and look to hit that one over Umar Taslim's head, only to manage and hit him straight down to his throat. So 2 wickets now in 2 balls for the skipper. He's going to be on a hat trick. golden duck for Anas Tariq tonight, and the score remains on 104, but now with 6 down.
डबल नहीं आया वहाँ से ठीक है उमा रेडी रहियो
राइट आर्म ओवर है
भाई थोड़ा सा अंदर हो साथ थोड़ा अंदर हो वही साथ बसात आप सही हो वही साथ अंदर हो साथ आप सही
Now Bashir Anwar walks in at number 8. Still no fielders close to the bat. No sound otherwise. He did not want to show any respect whatsoever to that hat-trick delivery. It was outside the off stump, but still. Really good over this from the skipper. They needed to apply the brakes and also get wickets, and they've got 2 now in this over. And just 1 run of the first 3 balls. In fact, first 4 balls, because it was a dot the previous one. Shahrukh Mohsin, he has been out there since the power play. Might look to open up his shoulders now. Times that one well, gets it in the gap between long on and deep mid wicket. 2 fielders dive, they converge, they collide in the process. And Shahrukh gets an easy couple.
बहुत अच्छे राइटी है बॉयज राइटी है अच्छा लेफ्टी है सॉरी दोनों ले ली बात सही है पीछे से लग के आती है साथ पीछे से लग के आइए आओ यार लगाई बॉलिंग
Bit of dab and still gets a single towards short third. Anas got there, but he just couldn't get himself into a position where he could have gone with an underarm throw or a flat one. And as a result, Shahrukh not only got the single, but he'll also maintain the strike at the start of next over. A good one comes to an end from the skipper. 18 overs are now done. It's 108 for 6.
हवा चल रही थी शुरू में अब नहीं चल रही बिल्कुल शुरू के 2-4 ओवर बड़ी तेज हवा रही है
So just a couple of overs are now left for Arfeen Builders. Umaid Waqas, who has taken the field again, will be bowling the 19 since they've got a right-hander at the crease. Shahrukh Mohsin has driven that one beautifully. He has got that one in the gap, but they've got a fielder, Sheikh Ubaid. Not a lot of boundaries he has been able to hit, but he has run equally well, very well, you could say, between the wickets. Majority of his runs have been scored in 1s and 2s. Bit of bounce. He's been good behind the stumps, Sarosh. Bowled well during the power play, bowling well at the death. Now he goes for a reverse sweep. It's an appeal and the finger goes up. He gets 3 tonight, Umaid Waqas, and he gets a big one now of Shahrukh Mohsin. It was a premeditated stroke this from Shahrukh Mohsin. Even before the bowler had delivered, he wanted to go for the reverse sweep. He bowled it quicker and flatter. And he hit the pads in the process. It's a good innings, a decent knock comes to an end from Shahrukh Mohsin. But his resistance also comes to an end. 7 wickets have now gone down for Arfeen Builders.
उससे कौन आ रहा है? बिलाल शोएब लग रहा है। शोएब राइट ही है ना? लेफ्ट सही है, आप करो। सीधी का अटेम्प्ट ले सकता है। आप मूव भी नहीं करो बाकी। भैया अभी बाकी अभी नहीं बोलो।
3 बोले
तू आज अगर तूने कुछ नहीं कहना तू गालियाँ खाएगा। मेरे को बहुत बोल लिया तूने। भाई कैसे हैं जानी? ठीक है? जैफा कौन है ये? शाबा रेडी रहो बॉय।
Another left-hander walks in. Bilal Shoaib gets lucky with that one because he got an inside edge on that one. It's been a wonderful spin of left-arm spin bowling from Umaid Waqas. Got 3 big wickets tonight. Jibran Saeed, Abdul Basit Zaki and now Shahrukh Mohsin in his last over. Well, he wanted to use his speed and he did. Still couldn't middle one.
last ball
राइट ही है बॉय।
He's got a chance of getting another one. He's got a last ball remaining of his spell tonight, Umaid Waqas.
साथ भाई सही है ना?
He's got a right-hander in, Mubashir.
एक बाहर एक अंदर करो।
Just changing the field slightly for the right-hander.
साथ
3 fielders very close behind square on the offside. Short third, backward point and point. And now they have brought in a fielder from short mid-wicket to short extra cover. So the line of attack will be outside the off stump and the length must be slightly fuller.
Kavanome.
Goes for the big shot. It's up in the air. It's an opportunity. Isa bin Musa underneath that and he takes another catch. Twice he has been able to get a couple of wickets in his over. Umaid Waqas. 4 wickets to finish off his spell. A wonderful way to end the spell of the left-arm spin bowling from Umaid Waqas. He gets 2 in the over once again. Mubashir Anwar, the man dismissed of the last ball. It's 111 for 8 after 19 overs.
शाबाश बॉयज यार। लेफ्टी मिलने लेफ्टी ने।
नहीं फाइनल चाहिए। यार एक पीछे से आएगा ना यार।
उमैद को भेज दो उमैद को। आजा आजा चला जा फिर भाग के चला जा। स्क्वायर लेग चला जा। चला जा चला जा।
तीनों यहीं से आएंगे। तीनों सर्कल से आएंगे। अनस भाई
चला
इधर
जा
जाओगे। बात सुनो बिलाल फाइन हो जाना। नुमान अंदर हो थोड़ा। तो बिलाल और फाइन हो। सही है नुमान बस। अनस भाई अंदर से आओगे थोड़ा। आसान गेट से।
ईसा यहाँ से रेडी रही हो हाँ। साथ।
बाहर 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 बाहर। सही है।
ये ले सही है। डॉट अच्छा है शाबाश। क्या हो गया? डॉट अच्छा है शाबाश। बिलाल भाई डॉट नहीं सिंगल अच्छा है।
So the captain himself bowling the last over of the innings. And he starts off with a couple of dots. Now he's not a recognized batter, Bilal Shoaib. He's a very good bowler, we all know that. But how many runs will he be able to score in these last 4 deliveries that are left for Arfeen Builders? It's been a struggle for them. Comes down the pitch and he's going to be stumped. He was always on the cards because he was living dangerously. Even in the previous over, we saw the ball hitting the inside half of the bat. After missing first couple of balls, he decided to use his feet again, and the ball just sneaking through underneath his bat. And Sarosh Sharma taking the bails off in a flash. So Shayan gets another wicket. Bilal Shoaib, the man dismissed. It's 111 for 9.
नुमान पीछे से आओगे कौन है राइटी है ना
सानी दो रह गई सर दो रह गई
फाइन चाहिए ना फाइन फाइन अच्छा सवाल फाइन है ना बिलाल थोड़ा सा बाहर निकल के
ये भी दो ही बॉलें रह गई
दो नहीं होने चाहिए
भाई एफर्ट करनी है शाबाश दो बॉलें हैं यार 2-3 बॉलें शाबाश
साथ थोड़ा सा अंदर हो
शाबाश शाबाश नौमी शाबाश नौमी
राइट आर्म ओवर आएंगे फ्रेंड
आसान आसान यहाँ से एक ही देने दो नहीं करने
बिलाल थोड़ा सा अंदर हो
ईसा एक होगा यहाँ से ईसा 1 रन होगा सिर्फ ईसा
साथ थोड़ा सा अंदर सही है
उमैद कोशिश करनी है सिंगल ना हो यहाँ से उमैद रेडी रहो उमैद
Imran Chawla, the last man in, goes for the reverse sweep straight away, but couldn't get it through.
कोई नहीं रिलैक्स
That fielder at short third will still get off the mark though. Mohammad Batla,
राइट ही है
couple of more balls left in this innings now. He can bat, we all know that. And he gets another wicket, does the captain. Another first ball dismissal for Arfeen Builders as they have been bundled out for just 112. Well, he did not have much options either because there were just a couple of balls remaining for Arfeen Builders. It was slightly short. He was looking to force that one on the leg side, missing the line of the ball, and Shayan hitting the stumps in the process. So the captain gets 3. And once again, it's the spinners who ruled the first innings. 4 wickets for Humaid Waqas, 3 for the skipper. As Arfeen Builders, after winning the toss and choosing to bat first, could only score 112. And they could not even bat their full 20 overs. So in a must-win match, after being asked to bowl first, they have been able to restrict the opposition to 112. Not a lot of big scores as far as the batting is concerned. Shahrukh Mohsin scoring 41 and Ali Parvez scoring quick fire 38. And then at the top of the order, we saw Shayan taking his time but could only score 21. And a lot of single-digit scores tonight for Arfeen Builders. Quite a lot of batters losing their wickets on a duck. And as far as the bowling is concerned, it was a brilliant bowling effort from Shyan Resorts. All the spinners chipped in. Humaid Waqas getting 4 wickets for just 18. A wicket for Anas as well, right at the start when he got rid of the captain. 4 wickets for Shayan himself, and Isa bin Musa also getting 1 tonight. So 112 is what they got. 113 is the target for Shayan Resorts in their must-win match. And even if they go on to win this one, they will hope that Arfeen Builders lose another one so that they can cement their spot in the semi-finals. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second innings of this franchise. Shyan Resorts once again bowling first, and wow, what a wicket. It's Jose. Shyan Resorts once again bowling first, and wow, what a wicket. It goes for a quick single, chance of a run out at both ends now. The wicketkeeper comes down the pitch, hits it in the air, but gets it in the gap. That is going to run away. And he gets another one. Oh, that looks close. This looks close and given. Two. Come out, all guns blazing. Hits it in the air and gets it in the gap. This is where he loves to. Lighting it up and nicely driven. It was up edge, but it was in the gap. Now that has gone up in the air. It's an opportunity. Umar Taslim usually takes those catches, and he takes another. So the off spinners operating from both ends. Now it's the captain Shayan who has brought himself. Hits it in the air and flat and over. He goes again, this time towards mid wicket. It's up in the air and it's over. Bilal. All he needed to do was to hit the stumps directly. Hits that one flat, hits that one hard, and gets that one in the gap. 7 runs have been added by Ali Parvez and Shahrukh Mohsin. Last 2 or 3 overs. A short one. Now it's an opportunity for another wicket. Might get 2 in 2 as Umar Taslim takes a good catch at long gone. Now he goes for a reverse sweep. It's an appeal and the finger goes up. Goes for the big shot. It's up in the air. It's an opportunity. Isa bin Musa underneath that. And he gets another wicket, does the captain. The ball, and Shayan hitting ruled the first innings. So welcome back to the second innings. 113 is the target for Shyan Resorts to win their last match of the league stages. And since they need to win this one by a handsome margin so that they can improve their net win rate further, they have sent out Sarosh Amir and Umar Taslim to open the innings. You just witnessed Umar Taslim playing a pull shot and getting off the mark with a single of the very first ball. Anas Tariq has taken the new ball, so no surprises. Quality wicket take with the new ball as he swings the ball away from the left-handers and bring the ball back into the right-handers. He has had a quiet tournament so far as well, Sarosh Amir, just like the way his captain, Shayan, who has also opened the innings but is just practicing outside the boundary line. So he's going to be coming in next at number 3.
Good ball, no run, Bilal out.
Pitched up, goes for a quick single and a bit of a misfield there from Bilal Shoaib at short extra cover as Sarosh Amir also gets off the mark with a single. Now he's pitching it up. Anas Tariq, he wants the ball to swing in the air, but might not be a good idea against someone like Umar Taslim, who likes to go big, straight down the ground especially. That's why Ali Parvez Chawla is standing at long on, and there is a fielder at deep mid wicket. Nicely gathered. Never an easy job for the wicket keeper to stand up to the stumps, especially for a fast bowler. But Abdul Basit Zaki, as we all know, is a wonderful wicket keeper behind the stumps. Decides to go big, gets it over mid-wicket. Long on is running to his right, but he's going to be of no avail as the ball just cleared the fence. In fact, the ball might have bounced once before it touched the boundary rope, so a boundary nevertheless for Umar Taslim. Decides to go big, the ball will be coming back into his pad, so he targeted the mid-wicket region and the ball just bouncing inches before the boundary ropes. Remember, they have struggled chasing down targets in their previous 2 matches. Couldn't chase down 112 or 154 in their respective matches against Himalaya packages. But not only they need to chase down the total tonight, but they also need to make sure that they do it as early as possible, but not consuming a lot of overs.
Easy one, eh?
Full toss, but we'll just get a single towards the fielder in the deep. They've come out with a definite plan to get as many runs as possible, as early as possible. First over is now done. They are 7 for no loss.
बशीर मैं तो यही मशवरा दूंगा, बाकी तुम्हारी मर्जी है। इधर चलो फिर सही है।
Mubashir Anwar to shade the new ball from the other end. Left arm orthodox.
जगह नहीं छोड़ना, मिड विकेट पे छह खा लेना, मसला नहीं है।
At deep mid wicket
आगे
and
बहुत
a
है, शाबाश,
fielder
बहुत
at long gone. Hits it in the air but doesn't really get it out of the middle. Quite a lot of shots have been played in the air by Umar Taslim so far.
दोनों सामने
Just
लोगे क्या
gives you an
करोगे?
indication that he is looking to get
वो शाम को ओवर
a
तो
lot
नहीं
of
जाएंगे।
boundaries in the first 6 overs at least.
अब्दुल्ला बाहर
थोड़ा पीछे आएंगे
बस अब्दुल्ला बस
ग्लास कवरेंगे
मन में अंदर आएगा मन में अंदर आएगा थोड़ा सा
The left arm spinner usually operates against the left-hander. It's the left-hander who likes hitting the ball on the leg side. Got it off the pads, but they still run for the leg by. In fact, no signal given, so it got it off the bat.
जा बहुत प्यारे शबा
Once again hits that one flat, but the ball will just bounce once before it reaches Anas Tariq at long gone. He's not afraid of taking any risks right now, Anas Umar Taslim, because he knows that it's just one reason why he has been sent up the order to open the innings. Shy at the stumps with the non-strikers in, but Sarosh will just get another single. He's playing the waiting game so far in this opening stand, whereas it's Umar Taslim who is looking to be the aggressor in this opening partnership.
तगड़ी करते रहोगे अपनी रिलैक्स ही होना शबा मान भाई इधर आएगा मान भाई बस
Comes down the pitch, hits it wonderfully over extra cover. Once again, the ball will just bounce once before it reaches the fence. But you could see that when he decided to use his speed, Mubashir Anwar did bowl it outside the off stump, but it turned out to be a full toss. Even if it's outside the off stump or on the leg side, a full toss is always an easy delivery to be hit away for a boundary, and Umar Taslim was able to do that comfortably in the end. Very lucky. Now, did the ball hit the stumps after hitting the bat, or did it hit Abdul Basit Zaki's legs and then roll onto the stumps? I think latter is the case, and that's why Umar Taslim is going nowhere. 2 done, it's 15 for no loss.
बेटा बहुत प्यारे बिलाल इधर हो ना बिलाल
At this stage, Arfeen Builders had already lost 3 wickets. Anas Tariq will continue from the other end. This time it's Sarosh Ahmed who decides to open up his shoulders as he places the ball in the gap and will get his first boundary towards deep mid wicket. Not an easy shot to execute, especially with the ball swinging away from you, but he was able to manufacture a shot, dragging the ball from outside the off stump and making sure that he begins the over with a boundary towards the onside. The bowling side won't mind that. At least he tried to do something different. So they have still kept that fielder at mid-wicket inside against Sarosh Ahmed.
Good ball. करते रहो सिंगल खाते रहो यहाँ पर कोई मसला नहीं पूरा दिन करते
Nicely
रहो ये
driven,
बॉल
but it's going to go straight towards Ali Parvez at long off. But most importantly, Umar Taslim once again gets back on strike. Not a lot of runs left for the batting team. Just 83 more to get, with ample time remaining and all 10 wickets in hand. Abdul Basit Zaki still standing up to the stumps. Now that has been crunched off the back foot over mid-wicket, and that ball has hit the screen towards mid-wicket. Made a wonderful sound of the bat. Anas Tariq just dropping it short, a little shuffle across the crease, and have a look at how far that ball went and hit that big giant screen on the full. Well, when Umar Taslim is on song, you can't really stop him from hitting those boundaries. It just seems like to be his night tonight. Umpires are just looking to ensure that the ball didn't change its shape, because not a lot of players have been able to hit that giant screen, especially batting from this end. But that is the way he plays. Anas Tariq will quickly have to come up with a different option. Short balls might not work. Got to make him drive outside the Ostrom early on. He does that. Umar Taslim now manages to hit that one over the bowler's head. Once bounce and into the fence. He's got all the shots in the book, that we all know. Previous one was slightly shorter. He was able to murder that one over mid-wicket. And as soon as Anas Tariq decides to bowl fuller in length, he just sat down on one knee and got it over the bowler's head. Can't really blame the bowler on that occasion, because he doesn't really have a lot of runs to play with. Still mid-off is up, long on is back. This might be his last over before we start watching spinners from both ends. Another full toss, it's hit in the air and good take. Excellent catch taken. So Umar Taslim's heroic comes to an end as he misses out on a full toss. Might have been looking to hit that one over, long gone, but the bat just turning in his hands. It went flat and he just took it in front of his face. So a good catch to get rid of Umar Taslim. Quick fire innings comes to an end from the big man. They are 30 for 1.
इधर इधर स्क्वायर वाला स्क्वायर पे आएगा, आप पीछे हो. बस.
So Shayan Wadeen walks in at number 3, the captain.
पक्की वाली करेंगे, आपका
He's
वेट
had
हो
a
रहा है.
quiet time in this tournament. Now he's going to be up against Anas Tariq. A few months back, they were in the same team contesting DSPL, and they were the champions in the final, beating Medicam. It was a good delivery. Finally got the ball to shape back into the right-hander, but the captain just put his bat down at the right time. An expensive over, but a successful one comes to an end from Anas Tariq. 3 overs are now done. They are 30 for 1.
शॉर्ट टर्म ओवर है आपको.
Into his second over now, Mubashir Anwar. Good effort there from the fielder at backward square leg. It's a good option. He's going to be a good option against someone like Shayan. Left arm spinner against a right-hander. But as a skipper, Shayan needs to prove a point here tonight. He'll have to perform a similar role of what Somar Taslim was doing when he was sent up the order to open the innings. They'll have to ensure that they do not consume a lot of overs chasing down these 113 runs. The odd ball will turn and it will keep a little low. But in the process, they'll have to make sure that this over and a couple of overs after this one, which will be off the power play, they find the fence at regular intervals. Nicely driven, a bit of a misfield. It's not going to run away for 4. Fielder from short extra cover is after it. I guess it's the youngster who is after it. Shayan will get off the mark with a couple. He likes this shot. A little dab towards third man region. But I think the fielding side knows that he loves playing this shot. That's why Bilal Shoaib is standing very fine at short third. He has been a little vulnerable outside the off stump, Shayan. As soon as he sees the length slightly shorter, he goes for that cut shot without even realizing that it's too close to cut. Really good over this from Mubashir. Not a lot of runs in it. 4 overs are now completed. While chasing 113, they are 33 for 1.
बॉल उठ रहा है बैठ रहा है शाबाश नॉट एन इजी विकेट शाबाश मुबीर एक इधर आएगा एक इधर आएगा ओए अंदर आओ बाहर कौन गए यार ना चला गया ना उसको अंदर बुलाओ अब्दुल्ला को यार आप इधर ही रहो अब्दुल्ला को बुला रहा हूँ मैं अब्दुल्ला अंदर आओ अब्दुल्ला सामने रहो मुबशिर कवर पे आओ आप इधर आए पॉइंट पे आओ अब्दुल्ला को अंदर करो पीछे अब्दुल्ला आ रहे सब आ रहे टेंशन नहीं लो तुम वो भी बाहर होना एक दो कदम
So the only bowler to have got a 5-wicket haul in this tournament, Mohammad Batla, has been introduced very early in the bowling attack. Usually you see leg spinners operating once the power play is done, but since Arfeen Builders means business, they need wickets. They have brought in another wicket-taking option in the power play. The fielder deep on the onside, a deep mid wicket for the left-hander Sarosh. No one at fine leg. Can't really afford to bowl straight now, Batla, with that field setting. Full toss has been driven nicely. A race going on between the fielder and the ball, and it's the ball that wins the race. Full toss has been driven nicely by Sarosh Amir. Every batter would love to have a delivery like that, especially in the power play, so that he can hit that one away for a boundary and start feeling a little more confident.
ये चीज भाई स्टार्ट पे
That
रहना
turned in
शाबाश
sharply.
मतलब बेटा एक्शन बॉलिंग जा बेटा बहुत प्यारे शॉट
Got 5 wickets at the same venue against Mectum Pharma, where they were defending 174. But on that night, they have got a lot of runs to play with.
फुटबॉल बैठना चल 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 बहुत प्यारे रिलैक्स हो जाए बहुत प्यारे
Pretty sure, since he's bowling in the power play, he's not going to look to give the ball a lot of air,
शाह बेटा बहुत
pushing
प्यारे
them
बहुत
slightly
प्यारे
quicker
बैठना
through the air.
चलो
That is short and nicely cut away. Not only he has managed to find the gap, but he'll also find the fence. 2 now in the over for Saroj Sharma. 1 towards extra cover, and now behind square, just to the left of the fielder at backward point.
शाबाश कोई मसला नहीं बहुत प्यारे सर्कल से ही आओगे इधर थोड़ा सा एक कदम बस ठीक है सर्कल से ही आओ शाबाश बाटला कोई मसला नहीं है ये चीज
Hits it powerfully, gets it in the gap. Anastari could do nothing about that from long on. Quality stroke this from Saroj.
कोई मसला नहीं शाबाश
Although it was pitched up and it was on his leg stump, but still he just cleared his front leg and hit that one wider of the fielder at mid wicket and well away from the long on fielder.
yourself
He can afford to do that by getting 3 boundaries early in the over. An expensive start is from Mohammad Batla. 5 overs come to an end. Shyan Resorts are sitting comfortably at 45 for 1.
शयान लेफ्ट आर्म राउंड है
He's going to continue Mubashir Anwar. It's his 3rd over on the trot with the new ball. Although they do have Bilal Shoaib as well, who does bowl well in the power play. And of course Imran Chawla, the leg spinner, but don't think this match will go down to the 20th over. Quite a lot of changes being made for Saroj Sharma. I think he did the right thing. Shayan straight away getting off strike because he knows that he's not in a good form with the bat, so giving the strike as much as possible to the batter who is hitting boundaries easily. Now this looks close, but was it angling down the leg side? Shayan straight away going to have a word with his partner. It was full, but you could see the off stump in the background, so it might have been angling down the leg stump. Tries to go for the big shot, but it's not going to carry towards Ali Parvez at long gone. I think he realized it really late that the ball has been played in towards his region at long gone. Playing the waiting game, Shayan. Might not be in the good form with the bat, but Still picked up 4 wickets earlier today. Nicely bowled and nicely negotiated by the skipper. 6 overs comes to an end. Shyan Resorts are sitting comfortably at 47 for 1.
हो जाता है यार क्या हाँ हो जाता मुझे क्यों लेट होगा थोड़े से पंख कम लगेगा ना मेरे वो स्टार्ट भी नहीं था ना पुतली का ये पीछे बाउंड्री के बाहर से आ रहा था स्टार्ट लेते हुए पहले के लेकर सही एक विकेट की बात है बॉयज तो यहीं पे हो ना कहाँ जा रहे हो लेफ्टी है वो गलत खाया वो तो गलत खा भाई डंडों में करते रहो डंडों से जो होना है ना पीछे करनी आगे करनी जो नहीं करना डंडों से खा जाओ भागो बेटा शाबाश बिलाल पीछे चला गया ना वहाँ पीछे नहीं सर थैंक यू आप एक्स्ट्रा कवर आ जाए हाँ एक्स्ट्रा कवर अंदर हो मुझे देखो आप अंदर हो आप एम्पायर के अंदर हो इमरान चलो शाह बाटला
Got hit for 3 boundaries in his opening over, Mohammad Batla, but will be feeling much more relaxed since the batting power play is done. Just 65 more to get now for the batting team, so it's just a matter of time before they chase down the remaining runs, unless we see a major collapse from the batting team, which is still possible. And they still have a really good and a long batting lineup. Saad Abdullah, the man batted out. Hassan Pai also, the man who is just knocking outside the boundary ropes. And then Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman, who has been padded up since the start of these innings. Field will change once again for the skipper, who is the right-hander and is on strike. Not interested in those big shots tonight, Shayan. Either he's looking to defend or placing the ball in the gaps for a single.
अंदर आएगा शयान
Sarosh meanwhile has got a start. Now can he convert that into a big score?
Good ball यार बाटला एक्शन
Obviously it's a small total that they are after, so
बैटिंग
a good 40 or a 50 will be enough from him.
बहुत मैच बाकी है अभी जरा सब एक्शन बॉलिंग बाटला इमरान
50 also comes up for the batting team.
ये चीज बाटला ये खुद रो यार कम ऑन बाटला यार
He's a much improved bowler now, Mohammad Batla. I've been witnessing since he was so young, 4 years back. Not only he has gotten better, but he's been sharper. And he gets a wicket. That's what he does, Mohammad Batla. We were just praising how well he has improved his bowling in those last 3 or 4 years, and he gets a big one. Saroj Sharma just looking to sweep that one, and the ball just turning and staying underneath his bat and crashing onto the off stump. Still looking to make things interesting in this match now, Arfeen Builders. Saroj Sharma, who got a star, could have gone on to get a big score for himself, but unfortunately has been dismissed. 2 wickets have now gone down. They are 51 on the board. Two right-handers are now at the crease. Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman walking at number 4, a different role for him. Usually opens the innings. And he gets a ripper first up. We didn't see a lot of turn in the first innings, but Mohammad Batla has been able to extract significant turn on this track. The delivery that got rid of Saroj Sharma turned a mile, and so did this one. A brilliant way to end the over. 7 overs are now done. They are 51 for 2. So he's going to bowl out Mubashir Anwar. He's into his 4th over on the trot. Has been very economical. Unfortunately, he hasn't picked up a wicket tonight, but he has exerted the pressure to some extent, especially on the skipper Shayan Mateen, who hasn't really taken any sort of risks up till now. Quick single will once again get him off strike. Now, Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman surprisingly had a pretty decent tournament with the bat. He has got a half century. He got a brilliant 43, I guess, in the previous match against Himalaya Packages. So he's the man in form. Gets it in the gap. This will run away for 4. Quality timing and placement from Abdullah. Mubashir Anwar was hoping that Abdullah might look to go straight down the ground, but he played the ball on its merit, played it late, delayed his stroke, and got it wider of the fielder at point. Remember, they need to chase down these runs in as fewer overs as possible, so they'll have to find an odd boundary every over. 54 is what they need now. And now he forces that one towards extra cover. It's not going to go all the way for 4. The fielder will get there first. Imran Chawla with a slide. 2 more runs for Abdullah. Quick tap and a quick single. Still searching for his first wicket, Mubashiran, but he's into his last over, remember. Has been bowling since the power play. Still having a tough time out there in the middle, the captain. A dot it is to end the over. It's 59 for 2 after 8. Into his third over now, Mohammad Batla. Seems like he's going to stay in the bowling attack. And you might see Bilal Shoaib getting introduced from the other end since Mubashir Anwar is bowled out. Starts off with a quicker one, but it was going down the leg side. So an extra for the batting team. Now Arfeen Builders, obviously they will look to take this game out of this system if they do not defend this total. But they'll still have an opportunity to get those 2 points when they will show up once again here at this venue on Wednesday against Striker CC.
Catch it. Umega.
Hits that one flatter, but the ball just bounced once towards extra cover. So he's not afraid to play the ball in the air, Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman, and I think he has been given a clear message that he needs to go for boundaries, whereas Shayan will just pick up singles and ensure that he holds one end. Now when he's in good form, he hits them for boundaries on the offside, but it's been a struggle for him with the bat.
एक पीछे रहेगा, एक शॉट पे रहेगा, एक अंदर आएगा शाबा. शाबा बहुत प्यारे, शाबा बहुत प्यारे.
Quicker one. Once again beaten outside the off stump.
बहुत प्यारे बेटा, बहुत प्यारे.
He's absolutely dejected. He's disappointed with himself, Shayan. Twice in 2 balls he got opportunities to get some runs under his belt on the offside, but he missed out on both the occasions. And this time the ball just staying a little low. Bhatla looked a little interested, but the wicketkeeper Abdul Basit Zaki did not join him in that appeal. 3 dots on the trot.
जगह पे आना, जगह पे शाबा, जगह नहीं छोड़ना अब शाबा.
And he just let that one go, and this time it will be given as a wide.
कोई मसला नहीं, बॉल अच्छा था. नोरा चलो चलो चलो. अरे यार सही है, कोई बहुत प्यार है, बहुत प्यार.
Getting off strike is the way to go for Shayan. 9 done, it's 63 for 2.
शयान बॉलर चेंज है लेफ्ट आर्म राउंड है बिटवीन आएंगे शयान
So we are spot on in predicting that Bilal Shoaib will be bowling from this end since Mubashir Anwar is bowled out. Starts off with a decent delivery, but once again Shayan somehow manages to get a single. I'm pretty sure Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman will look to take his chances against Bilal Shoaib. There was definitely some bat involved. You could see that massive deflection once the ball hits the inside half of the bat and then went on to hit the pads. And the man on screen got 4 wickets early on tonight. 4 for 21. He has been picking up wickets in almost every other game for Shyan Resorts. Tries to hit that one a little harder, but will just get a single towards Imran Chawla, a deep into wicket. And the man to his right, Bilal, eagerly watching the proceedings in his phone, waiting for his opportunity if required at any stage in this innings. Still couldn't get it in the gap. There is a mix-up between the two. Now, sometimes when things are not going your way, you've got to make sure that even a shot that has brought you a lot of runs in the past, you need to avoid that. We saw him trying to cut the ball on the offside 3 times and got beaten on all occasions in the previous over. Gets a full toss but still couldn't get it out of the middle. Will just get a single towards long off. On any other day, he could have easily hit that one towards extra cover or over long off's head for a 6. But since he's having a tough time with the bat, if you talk about the last couple of weeks, he's just ensuring that he starts feeling comfortable while staying out there in the middle. Good start this from Bilal Shoaib. Not a lot of runs scored in his first over. It's 66 for 2 after 10. He's bowled well tonight, Mohammad Batla, into his last over now. You can see Imran Chawla just getting warmed up at short extra cover, so it might be his turn from this end. After a couple of overs, another leg spin option available for Arfeen Builders tonight. Hits that one hard over the bowler's head. Finally, Shayan Mateen gets it out of the middle. And he's being applauded by his teammate from the other end. Had to run all the way down from the non-striker's end to tap his bat. It was a full toss, although he didn't get himself into a decent position to hit that one away for a boundary, but he'll start to feel a lot more confident after a middling one. And this is where he has been troubled. Slightly short and outside the off stump.
अबे यार नुमान
Another
भाई
misfield will allow Shayan to get off strike
कोई
again.
मसला नहीं है ये सिंगल लोगेंगे तो मैच पकड़ेंगे या तो शाबाश बहुत प्यारे कोई मसला नहीं है कोई मसला
Just
नहीं
started
है
to open up his shoulders now. Maybe he thinks that they need to chase down this target within 15
बेटा
overs
जगह
to
नहीं छोड़ना
improve
अपनी
their
जगह
net
नहीं
run
छोड़ना
rate.
दिमाग से
Seems like both these batters
Shabash,
are
run नहीं
batting on a
देना बिल्कुल
different
भी
pitch because Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman has been facing no difficulty whatsoever in middling the ball, whereas his partner, the skipper at the other end, it's been a tough night with the bat at least. Another full toss. He has hit that one flat, wide and of long gone, and that has gone over the boundary ropes.
वो देर से खड़ा है बहुत देर से खड़ा है वो यार
Well, he was bowling brilliantly until his first 3 overs, Mohammad Batla, but this time in this over he has been hit away for a boundary and now a 6 over mid-wicket. And that just brings the batting team slightly more closer to the target. They're just 35 runs away now from getting another victory. They're second in this tournament.
शाबाश कोई मसला नहीं है कोई मसला नहीं है शाबाश बहुत प्यारे नेवर माइंड शाबाश
I was waiting and hoping that the umpire would call it as a wide, but that wasn't the case. But still a pretty productive over comes to an end for the batting team. 11 are now done. They are 78 for 2.
शाबाश जगह से बॉय जगह से मुंह पे नहीं करनी बस शाबाश आपको लगा दिया ना इसमें हमारी वो सेटल है मैं आप लोग आप लोग बाद में बॉलर चेंज है राइट आर्म ओवर आएंगे
Well, we expected Imran Chawla to come and bowl from the other end, but he's now replacing Bilal Shoaib, who has been taken off the attack after just bowling 1 over. Maybe the captain realized that a leg spin might be a better option against these two right-handers at the crease, because even Shayan has now started to hit few boundaries. Decent start as far as the turn is concerned. But Abdullah will still get a single towards long off. Now, as a bowler, when you know that the batter is struggling, you ensure that you keep him on strike as much as possible. Batla was able to do that against Shayan. That's going to be given as a wide for sure. Finally, he gets it out of the middle. He has been trying to play that shot on so many occasions, but this time, not only he got it out of the middle, but he placed that one perfectly in the gap. Got on top of the bounce and made sure that he hit it right in the center between backward point and short third. Everyone in the dugout enjoyed that shot from the skipper. Just 30 more to get now for the batting team. and he paddles this one. There is no one at fine leg. Square leg will have to do a lot of chasing, but the captain will pick up second run in the process. You can sense that the batter is right back in the form and he starts to maneuver the fielders. He knew there was no one at fine leg, and square leg will have to cover a lot of distance if he places the ball finer. Tries to go for the reverse sweep, but couldn't get it out of the middle, but will still get a single. Imran Chawla took all the pace off because he did not want to bowl it quicker. Otherwise, Shayan would have used that pace to his effect. Now he just checked his shot in the end. Slightly fuller, and he would have looked to hit that one straight down the ground, but since he saw that the ball was slightly short in length, so he just delayed his shot and made sure that he didn't extend his elbows or went through with that stroke, and just chipped that one over the bowler's head for a single. Nicely timed, but unfortunately we'll just get a single. A bit of a fumble there from Anas Tariq, but that's not going to cost a lot to the bowling team. It's 89 for 2 after 12.
बिलाल बहुत प्यारे बेटा बहुत प्यारे मिड विकेट अमन भाई
The new hairstyle hasn't really suited him so far in this tournament. Talking about Imran Chawla's performance with the ball in this DPL Season 3. Change of ends for Bilal Shoaib.
relax. बहुत प्यारे मुंह शाह बिलाल बेटा शाह बहुत प्यारे चलो दिमाग से करते रहना अपने दिमाग से भी करते रहना अनस तारिक
Just need 24 more runs to win, and it should just take them 3 overs to get there.
बस बाटला बस सही
Now he has started to middle the ball with his, and will get a couple with the misfield, and now they're looking to come back for the third one. The throw is at the non-strikers, and then they wanted a direct hit, and since the bowler wasn't able to gather the throw, or the ball might have deflected off his knees, they're going to get one more run. So they ran 4 with that stroke. A shot that should have just been a single for the batting team. Nothing has gone in the favor of Arfeen Builders tonight. Started losing wickets right from the word go in the very first over. Apart from the toss, which they won, and they opted to bat afterwards. It has all been going downhill for them.
शाबाश रिलैक्स हो गए शाबाश
Just taking some time to get his gloves back. Shayan. Just 20 more needed now for the batting team.
ये चीज बहुत प्यार है खुद जाओ खुद जाओ खुद जाओ खुद
Now
जाओ
he'll
ये
have
के
to move
रिलैक्स हो जाओ
himself towards
इमरान
short
विकेट पे तो आओ
mid-wicket.
बेटा शाबाश
Shayan will get an easy single
प्यार
towards the leg side. Now will he go for the big shot? Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman. He's got a reputation of doing that. His favorite regions are towards mid-wicket and square leg. There are two fielders out there.
गुड बॉलिंग
We saw him hitting a couple of sixes straight down the ground on that sort of deliveries that were slightly short and outside the off stump. He decides to go towards mid-wicket. Now that has gone up in the air. It's an opportunity for the fielder in the deep end. He just spilled it in the end. And in the process, Abdullah bin Abdul Rahman will return for that second run. It's always difficult when you're running in the opposite direction towards the leg side and you're still in the move when the ball is coming down, because he really didn't get time to adjust himself underneath that. He was still in his running phase while looking to take that catch, and you could expect. Nicely bowled. Right in that block hole. There was nothing much Abdullah could have done about that. It's 96 for 2 after 13 overs.
बॉलर चेंज है राइट आर्म ओवर आएंगे
Another Shayan comes into bowl. Shayan Khalid, the off spinner. Now he has been dismissed in that fashion in the previous few matches too, when he was looking to play a spinner off the back foot and lost his wicket in the process. But that's what occupying the crease does to you. You start feeling a little more confident, your shot selection gets better. Although his strike rate has been slightly on the lower side, but he has still spent time at the crease, and that will give his confidence a world of good. With just 16 more to get, you can expect this match to get over within the next couple of overs at least. I'm pretty sure Abdullah will fancy his chances against Shayan with the ball turning into his pads. That slog sweep can come into play. It was full, it is straight, and it's given. You could sense that he had already made up his mind even before the bowler had delivered that he'll go for that favorite shot of his towards square leg, without even realizing that the ball was much more fuller in length. It hit him on his knees when he was looking to play that on the onside. There was no question about the height or the line or the length, and the umpire, as soon as the ball hit the pads, raised his finger. So third wicket gone down for Shyan Resorts, but with not much to do. They're 97 for 3. striking in his very first over, Shayan Khalid, but you got to say that it was a loose shot attempted by Abdullah. Saad Abdullah, the new man in, and gets a ripper of a delivery first up. Didn't turn a lot, but still it just straightened. Goes for a quick single. There is a shy, the stumps, and unfortunately Shayan Khalid just couldn't gather the throw or hit the stumps in the first attempt. Otherwise that would have been another dismissal for Saad. Shayan Arfeen, who was at backward point, did the right thing by targeting Saad Abdullah at the non-strikers end, because he knew that Saad was a little slower as compared to his captain at the other end. So there was an opportunity to run him out at the non-strikers end, but unfortunately couldn't hit the stumps directly. Nicely timed. It's going to run away for 4. There is no question about that. No matter how much Imran Chawla tried to chase that one, he'll only pick the ball once it's gone past the boundary ropes. It's a good way to end the over. This by the captain. 100 also comes up for Shyan Resort. It was a loose delivery down the leg side. It was slightly up pitch, but it was comfortably in the gap and was running away for 4. So 102 for 3 after 14 overs.
नहीं अभी तो फालतू का काम नहीं, फिलहाल से ही करना, फिलहाल से ही करना, तुम करोगे क्या? विकेट नहीं चाहिए मुझे। हाँ हाँ नहीं, जो करना करो, विकेट नहीं चाहिए, मैं तुम्हें ये बता रहा हूँ। बशीर, बिलाल अंदर आओ, बिलाल अंदर आओ। इमरान अली, पॉइंट आ जा। शायद इधर आ रहा है। बाटला बाहर हो। बशीर बाहर है ना वो बशीर। बस 2 ओवर करने, 2 ओवर में रोकने। ये भी अच्छी है। इमरान।
With just 11 to get and 6 overs left, Anas Tariq has been given the ball yet again. Ball up, couple of overs with the new ball, got the wicket of Umar Taslim. Pretty sure he's going to rely on more slower deliveries towards the back end. Fumble there by Batla at long gone will allow Saad to get back for a couple. Seems like not just the batting team, but even some of the fielders wants this game to get over as early as possible. Thrashes it, gets it in the gap, and this will run away for 4. What a quality stroke this is from Saad Abdullah. That fielder deep on the offside wasn't really far away from where the ball was hit, but the way he just timed that one, he just deserved to get few runs out of that. So getting more closer now. Just 6 more to get. In fact, just 5 more to get now. Third man and final leg both up. Backward point is up. 1 fielder deep on the offside, 2 on the leg side. Slower delivery, but we'll just get a single towards long off. So just a boundary away now, Shyan Resorts, from getting a much needed victory in this DPL Season 3. It's going to be just their second. Ideally, they would have loved to get few more wins under their belt in this campaign, but they still have given themselves a bit of a chance, as they'll keep on hoping that on Wednesday, the match that will be played between Arfeen Builders and Strikers, they'll hope that Arfeen lose another one with a big margin, of course. Low full toss, driven that one nicely, gets it in the gap. This will run away for 4, and that is it. The captain does it for his team. They make sure that they win the game within 15 overs and win it handsomely by 7 wickets. A low full toss, driven that one nicely. A bit of bad bounce for Ali Parvez Chawla at extra cover as he couldn't stop that ball. And a boundary coming off the bat, sealing the deal for Shyan Resorts. A much needed victory, a clinical performance both with the bat as well as with the ball, as they make sure that they win their last match of the league stages in this DPL Season 3. So Umar Taslim came out to open the innings alongside Saroj Shamir, and he was in a mood of getting a big score for himself, but unfortunately missed a full toss from Anas Tariq. Scored 22 of just 11. Saroj Shamir scoring 24. Shayan staying unbeaten on 42. A much needed decent knock from the captain. Abdullah scoring 14, and then Saad scoring 8. And that was enough for Shyan Resorts while chasing down 113 tonight. As far as the bowling is concerned, it did not have a lot of runs to play with, all the bowlers of Arfeen Builders, but still I think Batla bowled really well. 1 for 32 for him, a wicket for Shayan in his 1 over, and then Anas also getting a wicket in his 3.4 overs. So clinical performance tonight from Shyan Resorts, as they have given themselves a chance after winning their last match of the league stages, and they'll hope that Arfeen go on to lose their next match against Strikers. And if that doesn't happen, then unfortunately Shyan Resorts will be going back home without qualifying for the semi-finals. Comes down the pitch, hits it wonderfully over extra cover. Continue from the other end. This time it's Saroj Shamir who decides to open up his shoulders. Now that has been crunched off the back foot over mid-wicket, and that ball has... He does that. Umar Taslim now manages to hit that one. Another full toss, it's hit in the air, and good take. Now Batla with that field setting. Full toss has been driven nicely. That is short and nicely cut away. Hits it powerfully, gets it in the gap. Anas Tariq could do. And he gets a wicket. Gets it in the gap. This will run away for 4 for 21. Hits that one hard over the bowler's head. Fine. Another full toss. He has hit that one flat, wide and of long gone. Finally, he gets it out of the middle. He has been trying to play. It's just full, it is straight, and it's given. Nicely timed. It's going to run away. Thrashes it, gets it in the gap, and this will run away. Low full toss, driven that one nicely, gets it in the gap, this will run. A much needed victory. Scored 20.